Cloud. All right, so my name is Melissa Martin. I'm a 50K affiliate. I've been doing this business just over a year, and we had some great, massive success because of previous work that we put into the industry. So we've been networking, we've been marketing, we've been learning about network marketing for the past almost 6 to 7 years. So I like to say that because I don't like people comparing their journeys to anyone else's. I have a marketing background. In high school. I was like winning marketing awards and things like that. And so I've been building a network of trusted people for a really long time. And I just love it. And here comes the kids. Here we go. What? Okay. Are you going to die from it? No? Okay. Just share and be kind. Okay? And then we'll deal with it when we're done. I am also a mother of 2, as you can see. And so every time they're so good, but no matter what, if I turn on a camera or get on the phone with somebody immediately, like all hell breaks loose. So that's just life. If you're a parent, you know, that's just how it is. I never, ever use them as an excuse. They come to events with me. Every time I'm doing a team huddle or whatever, they're usually jumping on the trampoline or playing with each other, or I even in the past have done presentation opportunities while breastfeeding. So that's just, I'm a no excuse person, and you should never use your reason why as your reason why not. And so I really wanted to go over today just a little recap of Margaritaville and some tips that each of us picked up that were able to hop on and go. I was honored and great. I was able to go to Margaritaville and meet me in Margaritaville and hang out with Kristen and Travis back a couple weeks ago. There's no more interruptions. Yes, she wants a scoop of peanut butter. So I was really honored to go. I've been trying to make it there, and I will tell you, and a lot of my Margaritaville pals know, like I fought tooth and nail with my husband to get there. And so for those of you who might not have a supportive spouse, my spouse is okay with me working this, and he sometimes pimps me out. He does not work this with me. And we have 2 different viewpoints of how to create a positive mindset. It does not mean that you will be unsuccessful in this if you don't necessarily have a spouse that isn't constantly breathing life into you and giving you like the reins to run with it. So I fought my way to get there, and I'm so glad I went. It was like exactly what I needed. And let me mute everybody again. Make sure you guys keep your mics muted if you don't mind. Otherwise we get feedback and we hear your background noise. You will constantly hear it, but your mindset in this business and your success in general is just so important. And that's why every Monday we come together as a team, whether that means we are feeding life into you or you're feeding life into others, or we're doing an online event to kind of feed life into your potentials. Every Monday we're doing something. And so really just wanted to, everyone took different things from it. And so I really just kind of wanted to go over first, introduce you to those that you're going to be hearing from tonight. And then if I can get some like aha moments, I do personally have notes here. So I can go over those at the end. But if Erin doesn't mind, I'm going to put her on the spot. I see her like 2 screens over from me. Just Erin, will you just introduce yourself? Let us know your rank, a little bit about you, and like your like 2-minute elevator pitch about, you know, your journey.
Okay.
I unmuted you.
Oh, you did? Okay, good. I was about to do it. So hi, everybody. And I am a 25K affiliate. I started in December. I was
Oh, is she breaking up for anyone else?
Am
I? Yeah, crap. Try. That's better for me. I don't know. Try again.
Should I go grab headphones?
No, you're good now. I don't know what happened.
Oh, okay. I don't know. Sorry. So I was just saying, I'm a 25K affiliate. I started in December of this past year, and I was a network marketing failure. I did like all the cliche network marketing things. And I just never was successful. I've always been a people person and loved people and outgoing. And it was just, I never found the right avenue. And so when I got into this, it was like, everybody needs CBD. So it's like, it's not even like, if you just share your story or or share what the products can do, they really sell themselves. So it's been such a blessing for me to do this because I've helped so many people and it's helped my family financially. I've always been a stay-at-home mom. I've been a stay-at-home mom for 10 years. We have 4 small children, 10, 7, 5, and 3. So it's been such a blessing financially for me to actually bring something to the table because I never have before. So my husband, he finally got on board with it. Like when I started making money, he was a little hesitant at first because he's just like, oh gosh, Erin, please don't hound our family and friends to buy stuff from you. And so that was like with the last company I was with, I was always asking like his sister and his mom to have parties for me or do stuff. He's like, please, if just one thing, promise me, you're not going to ask anybody to do parties for you. I was like, well, okay, I promise. So I haven't asked anybody from his family, not one of them, to buy a product from me. And for me, that was such like a awesome moment that I thought, oh my gosh, I did this myself. Like I didn't have to ask anybody. And that's the thing, like I've never had to cold message anybody. I love that the products really speak for themselves and you just have to put it out there and people will come looking because they want CBD and they want good CBD and they just need to know where to get it. So, as far as Margaritaville goes, that was my second Meet Me Margaritaville, which was so awesome that I wasn't supposed to be there for this time. And I felt so grateful to be there because it is such an amazing opportunity. And it's so business changing. The first time I went with my husband, we went down together and that's when he actually got like the vision. That was our like major aha moment because I had been 10K for 5 months and I just literally, I was just spinning my wheels and I was literally micromanaging my team and I just wasn't going anywhere because when I started, I just was ignorance on fire. And I think that's the biggest thing that you can do when you're in this business is just be ignorance on fire and just go with it. And I did that for so long and then I just stopped and I just did everything I could to micromanage my team. And when we went down there, Travis took Tom aside and he's like, well, I understand my husband's a professor. He teaches anatomy and physiology. So he got on board with the CBD because he knows about the endocannabinoid system. And so now he helps me and we do seminars together and teach. And so it's really cool. But, he's like, I know, Tom, that you guys are financially set as far as that goes, but you need to dream bigger. Like, it's not about just financial security right now. It's about a legacy. And so that's when we really got on board. And that was our biggest aha moment when he talked to us about the legacy and about dreaming for your family. It's not just about, it's great to help people and make some money here and there, but it's about really honestly building a legacy for your family. And that was my biggest take back from this because I don't ever think about, I'm a blue through and through and I'm just like here and now. And I don't think about the moments of, okay, well, one day my children are going to go to college. We have 4 of them. So this is the opportunity we have here to be able to make the money that we're making. And it's incredible to me to be able to do this. The fact that I was a college dropout and to be able to support my family and help with things, it's just really awesome. So I don't know if I took up too much time.
No, that's great. No, that's great. Thank you so much. So a couple things I want to mention about Erin. She did start in December and she went 10K really, really fast. Mm-hmm. And one thing that I've noticed, because we've been kind of following each other for a while. Erin and I are not on the same team. We're just sideline love. And I interviewed her maybe 6 months ago. And I've been following each other from there. And one thing I will tell you, I noticed from Erin, because I know a lot of people might feel a little stuck right now. Erin is one consistent mofo. She has not ever deviated from consistently sharing about her business. She did hit a slump where she did go into management mode, but I can promise you, you knew that she sold CBD and you knew that she was having the biggest, best blast doing it. And so I encourage you all everyone that you see here tonight, they have been so consistent over an extended period of time. And they almost go after it with a no fear mentality. Now, that's the first thing I would say. The second thing is Erin has a lot of excuses that she could let stand in her way, but she's not. Do you guys hear that? She's got 4 kids. She didn't tell you, but she's adopted one of those, and that child is special needs. she had a husband that wasn't necessarily fully supportive, and they were very comfortable. Comfort is such an ugly position to be in, guys, because you're so comfortable in your financial position that you only succeed for one of two reasons: inspiration or desperation. And so if you're not desperate, like, you have to become inspired, and that is something that comes from within. And so she had that excuse as well. One thing I personally learned from Erin when I went to Margaritaville with her is doing a family dream board. And she mentioned the story. They sat down after Margaritaville, her husband, and all her kids, and they sat down and they did a family dream board. And she talked about a time where she sat down and started working, and her kiddos were giving her a hard time. Her one kiddo was giving her a hard time. And her husband walked over to him, right? It was the boy.
Yeah. Colton.
Colton, yeah. I walked over to Colton and said, what, you tell the story.
Oh, no. Our dream board, we have it actually on the back door, like when you're going through the garage, when you walk through the laundry room, right there. So we see it every day. Like, you can't miss it. As soon as we go out that door, you see it. So it's our constant reminder of, like, this is why we're working. This is why mommy's doing this. This is why, you know, the moments that you're like, want me to be there right there and there, I can't, because I'm really trying to work for. And so, and our child Colton was getting upset. Are you there, Melissa?
Yeah, sorry. I'm getting like,
you're frozen. I know. Okay.
Easy.
So,
sorry.
It's okay. He's getting annoyed with me because he wanted me to go do something with him, and I'm like, Colton, I can't. And so Tom immediately was like, dude, come here. Takes him over to the board, and he says, and Colton wants a dirt bike. Like, that was what he wanted to put on the board. We let everybody pick what they wanted to put on the board, and he wanted a dirt bike.
Oh, she broke up. Oh my God, now she got kicked out. Okay, so I'll finish the story. So Colton wants the dirt bike, right? And so Tom, her husband, takes him over to the dream board, and he goes, hey, do we need to take the dirt bike off of the dream board? And he goes, no. And it wasn't threatening. It was just that, hey, you need to, if you want to go after your dream, you got to let mama go after it so that she can help you achieve that dream. And he said, okay, you're right, Dad, you're right. And he continued to let her work in a peaceful moment and get things done right then and there. And so I think that's really inspiring. Some people look at that one of two ways, like, oh, you're neglecting your children. I don't see it like that at all, because you spend your dedicated time here, and you spend your dedicated time with your family, and your kids are watching you, right? Like, your family's watching you, and you have to set a good example that nothing comes free in life. You have to work for it. And I just thought that was really amazing. So, hopefully she pops. Oh, there she is. I see her now. She popped back on. I kind of finished your story. It popped you off, and I didn't know where you went. So.
Oh, no, okay. No, you did a great job.
Okay. Awesome.
Melissa said, dirt bike was on her son's dream board. He got it. Oh, that means I'm going to tell my son that then, because he's like, am I ever going to get my dirt bike? He talks about it every day. And I'm like, dude, we're planning a trip to Disney right now. That's like, that was on the little one's dream board because they've never been. And so I said, we're going to do Disney first before the dirt bike, son. But I promise you're going to get your dirt bike. Yeah. So it's just.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So, guys, we're in such a momentous moment in this business. And really, like, now is your time to buckle down and get consistent. You cannot just work your business when you feel like it. Your relationship with God, your relationship with your family, and your relationship with your kids, your relationship with your marriage, it's not going to work if you only work it when you want to. And so if you are serious about making good money, you have to remain consistent, and you have to work even when you don't want to. So there's different things that work for me in doing that, but I will tell you, the motivation always comes after the work. You will never feel motivated to work. You have to just take the step forward, get it done. I personally have been sitting down on Sundays and mapping out my week, mapping out my content, mapping out when I'm doing things. And then today on Mondays, when I have like not so many follow-ups for pre-enrollees and things like that, I did an hour of housework, an hour of work, hour housework, hour of work. So if those tips help you, please, by all means, do the same thing. But convention's going to hit, and there is going to be a wave of momentum. Like, it is unfreaking real, the momentum. Last November, we did almost twice as much which is the month after convention, because convention was about October 23rd-ish last year. So in the month of November, our company did twice as much as we did in all of 2017 in just that month of November. And so that's the type of momentum you're looking forward to after convention, with a launch of new products and a launch of a new brand. And just the mindset, again, it makes everybody go. And so even if you're not going to convention, which I really hope you consider going, even if you're not going, you want to run with this momentum, okay? You want to be on the wave. And so now you got to start now if you haven't, okay? All right, so now I'm gonna go to, Tracie, you messaged me. Did you wanna talk? Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna go to Tracie Sizemore, and Tracie, just tell us who you are, where you're from, if you are comfortable, your rank, and then, any sort of aha moment you want to go over from Margaritaville.
All right. Hi, everybody. Can you hear me okay, Melissa? Okay, cool. All right. So I just, first of all, I have no makeup on. So y'all just are going to have to be nice to your girl a little bit, because it is so nice to be able to not have to wash your face after the end of the day. Can I just get at least not the full face wash, right? You do a typical one, but not your mascara and all that anyway. So I so enjoy the days that I don't have to put makeup on. So either way, this is real life. But I have been in network marketing for almost 5 years. I've been with HempWorks since January. I am currently a 10K and hoping to be a 25K very, very soon. But my husband and I do this together. We do this. We have, a few other things that we do, but this is our main thing that we do. And my aha moment was probably, Melissa, watching you and hearing everything that you do was okay, this girl is super, super serious. She treats this like a business. And that's something, you always hear people say, if you want this to pay you like a business, you got to treat it like a business. And that's truly what I saw. And just watching you, Melissa, just the questions that you asked and everything, I was okay, I cannot just throw out a post on Facebook here and there, talk to a few people here and there, and expect to be a super affiliate. I've got to treat this really seriously. And I think you even did a video on the Rockstar page about, if you're not where someone is, it's because you're not doing what they're doing. It's basically that, you're not doing something. And so I had to get very, very honest with myself. And so that was a huge takeaway. Honestly, the whole weekend was absolutely amazing. Everyone had so many good tips. My aha moment though was Contact Manager. I had not been using Contact Manager. I didn't even know it was back there. Shame on me. But that was my aha moment, is that there are really some useful tools, even in our back office, that we have at our fingertips that we're not using. At least I wasn't. So, but I'm the girl that you just tell me who to go love on and who to go, encourage, and I'm the rah-rah girl, but details, I'm not all about it, but I need to be. If I want to be successful, I need to kind of grow that muscle within myself. So that's kind of, that's really, there's a lot of stuff, but those are my top two. Just seeing how serious you treated this, Melissa, and then the Contact Manager, which I kept hearing everyone talk about, that was big.
It's so funny to me because I have a mouth of a sailor. So
Which is why I love you.
I think a lot of different, I can't even name just one that was used the most, but a lot of different verbiage comes out, and it just comes out sometimes. And so when you told me that at Margaritaville, I was like, what? What do you mean? And so I'm actually genuinely curious, and maybe that's something, because I feel like my team doesn't listen to me as much as they listen to sidelines. And I feel like sidelines are the same too. You probably don't believe your upline as much as you believe a sideline most of the time. And so could you maybe give some examples of what things that I said that I do in my business that you were like, oh, wow. Because I'm like, what is it I said?
Okay. So for example, you treat the free tour like you are on that. You follow up with people. Like you are daily messaging someone, following up with someone, making sure they're plugged in, making sure they have their information. You're like on it. And so, because, and again, I think just like everybody, we have days that we literally just don't feel like it. And we can come up with every excuse in the book. I'm saying myself. So it's like you get to a point where you just get tired, or you're in like this, little like, down moment where you're just thinking, okay, maybe this is the best it's going to get. But no, if you really take a hard look at it, what are you doing like daily? Like, what does your day look like? So I was just impressed that you really have a system like on what you do every day. So like, and I honestly don't even remember specifically some of the things, but I just remember thinking, she takes this super seriously. She messages all of her people. She's using Contact Manager. She's following up with her people. Because what is it that we always hear? Fortune is in the follow-up, right? And I keep telling myself, Trey, you need to go way back to January and start, just checking in with those people that were interested that never did anything. But I haven't done that yet, if I'm honest. I mean, I've got we just started my oldest doing homeschool, and my youngest is trying to try out for basketball and all of this stuff that's going on. But it's always going to be like that. You're always going to find, you know what I'm saying?
Life is always going to be crazy, you guys.
Yes.
I don't know if anybody watched my video in the Rockstar, and my mom knows. And
that's a great video.
Might be tired of hearing this, but like we're going through hell right now. Like between my mom is about to adopt kids that were abused, and then I've got a sister who's severely chronically bipolar, who also has a baby and is in and out of institutional. I mean, like we are in the devil is going to pop into overtime. Like when you get around something so amazing. And so you cannot let life be the reason why you're not trying to improve your life, right? That doesn't make sense. Okay. And so believe me, people that are seeing success in this, they don't just have like this perfect life or this perfect plan laid out in front of them. They're just jumping over every obstacle, jumping over and constantly dodging them. Okay. But I do, Tracie, I use that free tour. Like if you guys are not using the online tour, oh my God, like you've got to use it. You've got to use it. You've got to follow, because that thing is money. That sets us apart from so many network marketing companies. It is like unreal. Study it, love it, learn it, use it. I try to get a new person plugged into the tour every day, every day. But yeah, like I won't even go into that because that's a whole nother training, and you can see it on my YouTube channel. But like, I love that tour, and I don't even talk to people until they take the tour. They're like, so how much is it to join? I'm like, did you not watch the tour? Like, because they're not going to do training videos if they didn't even, well, tell me all the details. I'm like, is in the tour. Like, what do you mean? I don't got time to talk an hour to 20 different people in a day. So I'm like, if you can't sit and like go through the tour, when are you going to ever sit and do your training videos? Right. So anyways, use that tour, use the BizOps sites, know it, love it, learn it, like literally dive into it for sure. Okay. I see Casey. Tell us who you are. And
hello.
The stuff.
Okay. So my name is Casey. Let me know if you have any trouble hearing me, because for some reason I tend to have internet weird connections. Okay, so I have some notes really quick. First of all,
Casey taking notes is a miracle, so everybody praise Jesus.
First of all, wait till you hear what
She's a total blue. I love her
wait
dearly. I'm very proud of you.
Okay.
I'm very proud of you.
Casey. 50K affiliate, but soon to be 100K. Okay, putting it out in the universe. Jason, you are shopping somewhere. I think you're amazing. Elizabeth, you are intently listening. Tracie, you said you weren't show ready and didn't have makeup, and that's a lie because you look amazing. Eddie, I saw you listening while you were driving. I don't know where you are now. Shelly, I love your hair. You're always on. Valerie, you've been taking notes. Hang on. Gail and Leslie were taking notes. And I saw you at your desk, then I saw your fan, but that's still cool. Julia, you're watching. Tatiana, I think you're meal prepping while watching this. And then Alicia and Crystal were in their cars. So here's the thing. We are all busy, right? We have a lot of things going on. And I think it's amazing, like what Melissa said, is that we find the time to kind of make this happen a couple of times a week, whether that be on Kristen and Travis's weekly flow or things like this. You know, sometimes it's listening in the background or trying to plug in while we get our kids to bed. So my notes, sometimes I like to take notes of who's actually, you know, tuned in. I think it's awesome. So my takeaways from Margaritaville kind of happened almost after the fact of the weekend. And that is when somebody reached out to me and said, I wish that I could be good enough to go to one of those weekends. And I thought, wow, well, I could explain all the ways why she is good enough, but I could also explain why there are no ranks involved. The best thing about this team and about this company is that if you show up, okay, you show up, you go up type of mindset, which is why convention is so important, and showing up to these weekly events are so important, whether you're driving, shopping, you know, whatever you're doing, you're tuning in, right? Or you're behind a desk, which is awesome. But you are showing up because you know the importance of each one and that you're going to take away something different. And the reason why we continue to do this over and over and over again, and the reason why Melissa is adamant and driven to do this over and over again, is because she's been on the other end of that, where she has taken away so many different ideas from different people. So you have to be tuned into these, whether it's me all over again, and you're like, I'm tired of hearing about her, or whoever, right? Because we're always going to have something new to tell you, because we are always evolving. And when it comes to Margaritaville, if you guys want to go there, you have to make yourself known, not by rank, not by paycheck. You show up to you. If you are on the weekly events and you're commenting, you're inviting people, that's all it takes, because there's not one person invited to these monthly Margaritavilles that are of a certain rank. It is anybody. Anybody can go to these. And if you want to be invited, you have to make yourself, you have to stand out. So I challenge you to stand out. Either you're going to be there every Tuesday on the lives, the Thursdays, okay, the ones with your team, so that your upline, when asked, who should we bring from your team? Don't you want your sponsor and your upline to mention you? But why? Not your enrollments that week, not your paycheck. I'm just happy if you're happy and having fun. So I want you to have fun at Margaritaville. My exciting parts are like the drinking games, because we bond over taking shots and playing flip cup, and it's so much fun. So all of these things, like their entire weekend is based off of every personality. So you can sit on the sidelines and you can watch. If you don't want to get your hair wet, not calling anyone out, but anyways, if you want to keep your makeup and your face on, you can do that too. No one makes you feel bad in this company for living your life the way you want. But you need to stop comparing yourself to others. You need to stop thinking you're not good enough. You are good enough, but are you taking advantage of the things that your leaders and your uplines are providing to you? Don't you want you as a leader to have a team that actually shows up to the things you do that take away from your family? So you have to put us all in your, not compare, but group us all together. If it were you with 2, 5, 10, 20 people, wouldn't you want them to show up when you were offering something to them? So if you're not going to do it now, you're not going to do it when you have a team. So you start here and you work your way up, and you get to say, I did these things. I tried hard. I showed up. I asked questions. I talked to people. I didn't turn down the opportunity. I wasn't selfish. I got over my fear. I trembled. I shook, but I talked to people. So you got to decide what you're going to do and not be selfish. And I don't even know what other notes I have, but I could talk forever. So I'm going to just.
So just a little background. I told Casey no, like really rudely many times in this business, but she continued to be a professional asker with me. And then she utilized and edified her upline, Alicia Amayo. Alicia called me and was slapped some sense into me, talked to me in my language and my color personality. And I was like, you're right. You're right. All right, let's do this. And so that's some things I want you guys to take away. Just because someone says no does not mean no always. Also, edifying your upline is priceless. It is where the money is made. And I'm not saying that because I want everybody to be like, oh my God, my upline. It's just that it becomes a very duplicative system. Okay. Because then if Casey got me on a call with Alicia, I know that I can get, no. When I'm done. Okay, what?
That on Roku, there's Go Noodle.
Oh, okay, cool. But when Casey gets me on a 3-way call with Alicia, I know now I can use 3-way calls. And then today, Leslie gets me on a 3-way call with the potential. Leslie's down my little area here. And her downline was with her while we were doing the 3-way call. And she goes, oh my gosh, why haven't I been using this? And so like edifying your upline, using them as a tool. When Casey says like, are you doing all the things? I know who she's talking about that was saying, man, I wish I was good enough. And this is my tough love to you. That is complete and utter bullshit. The reason why you're not good enough is because you just said you weren't good enough. That is 100%. If you're saying, I'm not good enough to be 10K, I'm not good enough to do this, I'm not good enough to do social media, I'm not good enough to do events, F you. The reason why you aren't is because you just said you weren't. You spoke that into existence. The law of vibration and the law of attraction says that in which you speak about is what you will attract more of. So shift it. Shift it. For those of you who didn't ever hear this story, before I won the MacBook from the Butlers, I literally had just broken my computer screen. I got in a huge fight with someone so close to me. I literally left the fight in tears crying, went to get out of my car, ripped the door handle off, and then immediately, an hour later, I got a call from 2 people that canceled for 2 hours before a giant event that I had been planning for 2 months. And I was like slapping myself. You want to know why? Because I was sitting there having a pity party all day about that fight I had. Woe is me, woe is me, woe is me. I was crying literally for hours about it. And all I did was attract negative after negative after negative. And so what I did is right before I won the thing from the Butlers, I was like, oh, hell no. Look what you're doing to yourself. Like, you have got to shift it. And I sat there and in my head and I was like, you attract abundance, you attract amazing people around you. And I literally just pumped myself up in my head and kept repeating it. Next thing I know, MacBook Pro, Melissa Martin. I was like, what? Guys, the law of attraction is real. And that is such bullshit if you're talking about and to yourself like that. That is your own damn fault. And that is you who gets to make the choice to stand up and speak bigger, better life into you. And no dream is too big. You're worthy of abundance. You're worthy of a financial and wealth and health and all of the things. So stop telling yourself otherwise. No one else is responsible for that but you. Sorry, I get like pumped up when people talk themselves down like, ugh. I could go on and on about that. I don't know if I'm missing anybody from Margaritaville because those are the only ones I saw on. I know that Nina said she was going to get on, but she was going to try depending on the baby. And then I think Laura was going to try to get on. So if you're on, ladies, just let me know. I'm going to go over my notes really quick. And then if you guys have questions, I'll go through the chat and go from there. As far as Casey said, going through the tools again, you know how many tools that you guys have? You have your back office trainings. So if you're telling me your business isn't working, this is what I'm going to challenge to you. 1, have you reached out to your upline to tell them where you're struggling? 2, have you taken your back office training units? Have your trainings that are in your back office? Have you even logged into your back office? Taken those trainings? Have you gone to the Rockstar group and watched through those units? Have you gone to my team page if you're in my team and watched through those units? Have you gone to teamhempsquad.com, the freaking website that I created for our team that has training and tools and tips? Have you gone to my YouTube channel? Are you learning the things? Are you learning every day, or do you think you know it all? Use the tools that you're given, okay? Are you showing up to events? Are you going to convention? Those are all tools for you, okay? So those are just my tips in what Casey's saying, like, are you using all the tools? Are you inviting to the weekly Rockstar event? Are you watching the replays or watching the lives? Are you encouraging your team? And at the end of the day, this business comes down to, are you the person that you would want to join as a leader? Whether that be buying from, like, would you look at yourself and go, that's the person I want to buy from? Like, that is the person. Or would you look at yourself and go, that is the person I want to join? And if the answer is no, then you better do the things that you would want to join. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to change. All right. So my notes for Margaritaville, going into that, I'll go real quick. These are just, I took note, I'm super green, so I'm going to breeze through these if I can. Famous last words. This was what Travis, when he was speaking life into us. And like I said, this is like so important. Your mindset is so, so important. And so that's why every day I'm listening to something like 5-10 minutes to get me pumped up, and I'm meditating and saying my affirmations and putting out into the universe the things that I want. And I'm getting better and better at it. You do get better at it as you continue to practice. At first you feel kind of nerdy and dorky, and you're like, I'm talking to myself in my head and I'm like telling myself like all the things I want to be, but like, really, I feel like a nerd. That's honestly what was going through my head. But it works, guys. It really, really works. And it puts you in a great mood too. So Travis, he's our super affiliate upline. For those of you who don't know, makes an average of about $300,000 a month. And he's been doing this about 2 years. So anybody else want to be consistent for 2 years to make $300,000 a month? Me. Okay, cool. Then he's probably a good person to learn and listen to, right? Okay. So he said, don't worry about pre-qualifying who you enroll or pre-enroll. What you need to pre-qualify is your time. And so I'm going to give you an example. Leaders will look to see who's showing up to these Monday night huddles. Leaders will look to see which of their team is inviting. Leaders will look to see who's showing up to their local events. And those are the people that get their time. I will tell you, I do that 1000% with my team. Those are the ones that get their time, their push, their training, their love. Okay. And I don't pre-qualify anyone as far as like, yeah, I'm like, hey, watch the tour, but anyone can take the tour. You never know who your rock star is going to be. All the people who I think are going to be rock stars, guys, they are flops. And all the people who I think are going to be duds are the ones that rock it every single time. So you just never know who's going to run with your business and take something to heart. At convention last year, a girl hopped on stage as a 50K. She had no car. She was super broke. She sold everything that she could to get started, and she didn't have any Wi-Fi. So what she did is she walked over a mile to McDonald's Wi-Fi and hung out at McDonald's over 12 hours a day for like 6 months straight, and now she's a 50K. If you would have come to me and been like, this bitch with no Wi-Fi and no car is going to be a 50K, I would have been like, like, I just would have. And so you cannot pre-qualify. You cannot prejudge anybody. You offer everybody the opportunity. And one of the things I think that I said at Margaritaville that people kind of like were like, whoa, everyone around me is my next super affiliate. Like when I'm out drinking, when we're at the bar, we're in the Uber, I'm like, this is my next super affiliate. And when I'm at an event, I'm like, they need to be an affiliate. I just look to find the reasons and the clues that they're leaving me as to why. Why do they need CBD? Why could they use the opportunity? And then I speak to them on that. But again, like not prejudging anyone. How many people have customers that they've never offered the opportunity to? They've never said, hey, I know you're loving CBD. Like, would you consider also like sharing it with friends and making some extra money with me? Hello, prejudgment. Would you like it if someone did that to you and said, no, you can only be a customer? You need to go back to those people. Only 1 in 10 people will win in this business. It's a self-paced business and stay. So your goal is to recruit 10 people into your business a month, 10 new affiliates, and 1 will be your runner. And now if you get 10 people at 100 BV, I think it's very doable. It's a push, but to sell 10 director packs a month. 10 people at 100 BV and then teach your team to do that, you will actually be a 10K affiliate in 2 months. If you enroll 4 directors every month and teach your team to do the same, you'll actually be a 25K affiliate in 4 months. Does everybody think that they could push to get 1 director a week? You will be 25K in 4 months and then teach your team to do the same. Okay. Never put your comfort above your team's dreams. How many people are doing things that they're only comfortable doing, but you know your team could really use more? When I got on here today, I actually had like really bad anxiety and I was like, I don't want to do it. I don't know why, it just happens sometimes. And so it wasn't comfortable to me, but I'm on here now and I'm in the moment. So you have to push out of your comfort zones, guys. You have to talk to that person next to you who's complaining about pain or about their money or about their job. You have to open your mouth and be uncomfortable. The biggest thing with your new affiliates is you've got to launch them. Get them their wins quickly. Launch them and get them into the flow. What do I mean by the flow? Tuesday night, we talk about the products. Thursday night, we talk about the opportunity. Now is the time to go back to those basics because it's so duplicatable, okay? So I'm going to do live launches with all my new affiliates, and then I'm plugging them into Tuesday night and Thursday night so that they start doing the same, okay? They start inviting. Travis recommended that we do special calls for all people on our team that get 5 enrollments or more for the month. 1 enrollment a week, guys, 2 enrollments a week, totally doable. If you're expanding your network every day, if you're talking to new people, adding to your pipeline, it's totally doable. Working events, especially, my gosh. The other thing that I needed to hear was picking up your phone with intention, not picking up your phone to just scroll. Now, I have the freedom of time now that I can get away with this. However, this is also the reason why I'm not 100K. Because when I pick up my phone and sometimes I scroll, next thing I know, it's been an hour. Now, some of you work full time and you do the same thing. So please pick up your phone with intention. And me working these, like I said, today I worked 1 hour business, 1 hour housework, 1 hour business, 1 hour housework. That is really helping me because I'm like, it's an intense 1 hour. Because if I'm scrolling for 30 of those 60 minutes, I did not get shit done. So be intentional with your phone. Don't just go in scroll mode. Scroll mode doesn't make you money. It doesn't help anybody. It doesn't change anyone's life. Okay? Also post mode. If you're just posting is not, it's like messaging is where the money is made. Talking to the people directly is where the money's made. Make a timesheet for what you need to do and when you need to work. So again, planning your content, planning your week. Look at your week, and if you have a busy week at work, and you know you still need to follow up in pre-enrollees, maybe do it on a Tuesday rather than a Thursday, or a Wednesday rather than a Thursday. Making that family dream board, that was a huge aha moment for me. I need to do that with my family. And how many uncomfortable conversations are you willing to have to be successful? That's what it takes. And now this is a big one, because as you grow as a leader, not everyone's going to come along with you. And that's okay, because God didn't put everyone's name on your dream. All right? So I've lost friends, or who I thought were friends. I get made fun of by certain family members, but that's okay. God didn't put their name on my dream. That's okay. Model the behavior you like to have and mentor the behavior that you like to see. So follow the leader, right? If you want that type of behavior on your team, you model that behavior. And then you mentor those that are actually behaving like you want, or working their business like you want, or like they should. I shouldn't say like you want. The next really aha moments for me was the Instagram training. We only have about 9 minutes before this ends. And so I'm gonna really just encourage you guys to go through the units on the Instagram training from Nicole. One big aha moment for me, she talked about going through your stories and leaving the stories running while you're cooking dinner and only looking back at them every once in a while. And like loving, because that's going to increase your algorithm. So literally I've been clicking on my stories while cooking dinner and just letting the stories roll, and occasionally looking down and sending love to somebody. And more and more people are now seeing my stories, because I'm seeing more people's stories. Like, how easy is it to just sit your phone and let it work? And you can do that on Facebook too. Crystal, if you guys aren't like, Leslie, this is a good one for you. I know you work social media a lot. Crystal, this is a good one for you. I don't see like everybody on one screen, but just letting them roll and letting the algorithm work for you. So that was really like we ended with Instagram tips from Nicole, she is so amazing, guys. She's constantly watching bloggers and getting new tips and tricks from them. So go through the units in Rockstar. And I will tell you, like, I recently I think I'm getting at least 2 pre-enrollees a week through Instagram, and usually at least 1 new enrollment a week through Instagram, through people I have never, ever, ever met, ever. So Instagram is a tool. If you're uncomfortable with it, just start playing and learning. So I'm gonna cut it there. It was such an amazing weekend. I accidentally put my Girl Scout troop tips in here. I feel like such a rebel that I'm a co-leader and I sell cannabis. It's so awesome. But anyways, okay. So let's see who had any questions. Did anybody have any questions? I'm going through this. Aaron is here. Dirt bike dream board. Oops. Show up even when you don't feel like it. I feel that way about bras, as far as like not wanting to wear makeup. I don't like wearing bras either. Okay. Girl, you better preach. Good. I'm glad everybody got something from that. I just woke somebody up. Hell yeah. Watch the Trinity videos too. Yeah, those are fantastic. Bob Proctor's videos, also awesome, 100%. Cool. Speak what you see. Do you have to have products in doing events? There's ways to do it. Definitely makes it easier. For sure. There's events trainings on my YouTube channel. Just go to Malissa Martin, Malissa, Martin, Martin, on YouTube. Search that and search events after that, like Malissa Martin events. And I actually have a playlist on how to effectively work events. I will tell you, Robert and Lori Burley, I think they're number 2 on the leaderboard right now. Last month, they enrolled over 80 people through events and promoted to 5K, really without like a huge team at all working. And that was from events. They took my tips to heart and they made it their own. My mom has been on the leaderboard, my grandmother. I think my grandma's on the leaderboard right now. She's 70 years old working it. I didn't go to her events. She just does it. I'm on the leaderboard for events right now. I mean, there hasn't been a month since I think for the past 8-9 months, I've been on the leaderboard every month, and I love events. I love events. Seems like events customers are more of an impulse buy. So yeah, it does help to have product for that. I utilize sample packs to maximize those, but again, I don't want to get too much into that because there is a training already on it. I do register every sale from the event to maximize my compensation. I use credit wallet if they paid cash. Otherwise, actually, I just kind of got organized. These are just like enrollment forms that I use. Look at that. So I put their credit card information there and enroll it when I have time, usually not till the next day. I put my pre-enrollees in first, and then I put the customers under them because I know that Thursday they'll have all those people under them in their genealogy. But I love paper enrolling for events. But yeah, again, Melissa Martin events on YouTube, and you'll like not to toot my own horn, but like you'll probably have your mind blown because there's a lot of different things that we do that makes them awesome. Valerie Fritz, she rocks events. I see her on here. We have a great event culture on our team, and it's so much fun, guys. People like hug you and they cry with you, and it's so awesome. I love it. I love it. Love it. Any other questions? Every Monday we're doing this. So I know some people are like, thanks so much for doing this. I know we invited some sideline teams on. That's totally cool. But so hopefully, you know, my team is like, hey, like we're breathing life into you for a reason. So you just got to show up, right? Cool. All right. Any other questions? Cool. I'm going to stop the recording.